The biggest challenge about learning or teaching someone how to play by ear is that the term itself, playing by ear, is very vague and it means different things to different people. To some, it means the ability to sit down at the piano and just improvise as time goes by, similarly to background music at a restaurant. And to others, playing by ear means to take an existing SATB hymn and embellish it on verse 2, verse 3, so that things are fresh for the congregation. To others, playing by ear means reading chord charts because they've been classically trained their whole lives, and now their church is using chord charts with their worship team. These pianists don't know how to approach that notation style. And to others, it may mean the ability to write your own piano arrangements. You see how difficult it can be to narrow down the resource to help you play by ear? Something that I've learned, having taught piano for over 10 years, is that playing by ear, yes, to some people, it is a gift. Those brains are wired differently. They may be neurodivergent, who knows? But yes, you will see these genius types out there who can play by ear and not be able to read sheet music. Then most of us who were classically trained, we were only exposed to written sheets, and nobody ever taught us how to manipulate sounds in order to express our own original ideas in written format. We were only ever taught how to interpret someone else's compositions, arrangements. And then sadly, a lot of classically trained musicians have this belief that only some can play by ear, but that's not for them because they don't have the gift. Well, sure, you may not have been born neurodivergent, let's say. You have a neurotypical brain, but that doesn't mean that the skill is out of reach. It just means we need to approach it differently, making use of your existing knowledge from classical music theory. And that's my passion. I love teaching the skill of playing by ear to pianists at any point in their development stage artistically. I myself am neurodivergent. I did pick up how to play by ear naturally. And for the longest time, I thought that you just had to be born with the gift of playing by ear. And if you weren't, well, I'm so sorry for you. Until one day, when a 12-year-old child, classically trained, came to me one summer and said, "Raluca, will you teach me how to play by ear? I want to play in church." I'm like, "No, I can't teach you that unless you can do it naturally. Well, you're kind of stuck playing sheet music." But she insisted. Her parents insisted. And I'm like, what the heck? Let's give it a try. Into the unknown. And I am so thankful that that little girl was patient with me as I developed the curriculum to help her bridge classical music theory knowledge to playing by ear. By the end of the summer, she was comfortable playing any song in church with a day's notice just by listening to it and writing down her chord symbols, applying music theory to playing by ear, and she was a confident church pianist from there on out. Then I said, well, was that just a one-time case? Or can this be replicated and applied to other piano lesson situations? Let's find out. 15 years have passed since that interaction. Almost 15. 13? More than 10. And since then, I've taught many pianists. I didn't keep track. I'm bad with numbers. But I've taught many pianists how to bridge the knowledge from classical theory to playing by ear. And once they figure out the formulas, they realized, hey, playing by ear is easy. Well, yes, if you know how to do it, because there is a mathematical formula behind it. You're not expected to just magically read into someone's mind or magically see sound frequencies in the air and then catch them. No, it's all based on mathematical patterns. And if you know basic music theory, you can play by ear. Fast forward to 2020, whatever it was last year. What was last year? 2023. Told you I was bad with numbers. I launched an online course on how to play by ear, but I had to pick which aspect of playing by ear I wanted to focus on. Noodling around, embellishing hymns, playing chord charts, arranging, and it was tough. Then of all of those options, I decided to start with how to play chord charts, because if someone knows how to use chord progressions, from there, they can venture into any other direction that falls under the umbrella of playing by ear. Then students completed the course and said, Raluca, we want more. Okay, you want more? What do you want to learn next? And they said, how to arrange, like you. Okay, so now I have another course out there called piano arranging. And noticing that applying different concepts to different brains, because each student has their own brain, I learned that you can learn any skill with the right approach. So the ability to play by ear does not lie in the fact that you have a good or bad ear. It doesn't rely on the fact that you were born with a specific brain type. It relies on using the right avenue for how your brain works. And by understanding how brains gather information and store information in order that later they apply the information naturally, I've developed this course that I call Piano Brains. I really like that title.